Look around you. Every face in the crowd is a testament to our shared story as Homo sapiens. But for most of human history, we were not alone. The world was once home to many kinds of humans. Our cousins, not just our ancestors. They built fires, hunted, and may have mourned their dead. Their disappearance is more than a scientific mystery. It's a reflection of our own past. Imagine a world where you might meet a different kind of human in the forest. Stronger, better adapted, or simply different. For tens of thousands of years, the planet was a mosaic of human populations. Neanderthals in Europe and Asia, Denisovans in Siberia, the tiny Homo floresiensis in Indonesia, and others, lost to time. Their world has vanished, leaving behind a profound silence. Today we stand alone at the pinnacle of the natural world. We've explored every continent, even walked on the moon. Our triumph is shadowed by a great absence. We are the last chapter in a book that once had many characters. To understand ourselves, we must understand those we replaced. Our survival may have come at a great cost to our closest relatives. The story of our dominance is also the story of their end. The Earth has seen many extinctions, but none as personal as this. We are the lone survivors of a once diverse family. Their extinction is a mirror, reflecting a darker, more complex past. The silence they left behind is a question: why are we the only ones left? The answer is written in stone, in ice, and in our DNA. It's a story of survival, and of loss. We must confront the possibility that our success meant their end. The world was once richer, filled with other ways of being human. Now, we are alone. The story of how we became the only humans is a story worth telling, and it begins with a world of many humans. The human family tree was once a tangled bush, not a single line. Our story begins in Africa, where waves of early humans spread across the globe. Isolated groups evolved into distinct species, each a unique experiment in humanity. Neanderthals, powerfully built and intelligent, survived Europe's ice ages for over 300,000 years. They hunted mammoths, cared for their sick, and buried their dead. Far to the east, Denisovans left only fragments, but their DNA reveals a widespread, mysterious people. On islands, tiny Homo floresiensis and Homo luzonensis evolved in isolation. The world was a human archipelago, each species thriving in its own way. These were not failed versions of us, they were successful in their own right. For a time, Earth was home to many humanities, each with its own destiny. Then, our ancestors appeared. With them came a new chapter, one that would change the world forever. The diversity of our family was extraordinary, but it would not last. The stage was set for a dramatic transformation. Ancient humans lived in a world of constant change, the Pleistocene, or Great Ice Age. Massive ice sheets advanced and retreated, reshaping continents and sea levels. Survival demanded adaptability. The environment was harsh and unpredictable. Glacial periods brought frozen tundra, scarce food, and relentless cold. Fire was essential, providing warmth, light, and safety. Even in warmer times, danger lurked: cave lions, giant bears, and other predators. Humans were not always apex predators. They were part of a complex food web. Neanderthals' stocky bodies conserved heat, while Denisovans adapted to high altitudes. Each species was shaped by the pressures of the Ice Age. They lived in small, mobile groups, intimately knowing their landscapes. Their survival depended on cooperation, cleverness, and resilience. The Ice Age forged the diversity of human species. Each was a masterpiece of evolution, tuned to its world. But the stage was always shifting. Only the most adaptable would endure. The children of the Ice Age faced a world in flux, and only some would survive. Around 70,000 years ago, a small group of Homo sapiens began a journey out of Africa. They carried not just new tools, but new ways of thinking. Their expansion was slow, but relentless, changing the world forever. In the Middle East, they encountered Neanderthals, sometimes as neighbors, sometimes as rivals. For thousands of years, different humans shared the same lands. Our ancestors pushed west into Europe, east into Asia, adapting to every environment. No human species had ever spread so far, so fast. But everywhere they went, they found others already there. These encounters marked the beginning of the end for other human species. The arrival of Homo sapiens is consistently followed by the disappearance of archaic populations. Our expansion was a turning point. The question is not if we caused their extinction, but how. The answer lies in what happened next. The end for our cousins was not sudden, it was a slow process of replacement. Sometimes, there may have been conflict over resources or territory, but the main driver was competition. Even a small advantage in hunting or birth rate would compound over generations. Homo sapiens lived in larger, more complex groups, with better tools and weapons. They could hunt from a distance, reducing risk and increasing success. During times of climate stress, competition intensified. Neanderthals, already stressed, were pushed over the edge. Our ancestors simply outcompeted them. Their territories shrank, and eventually, they disappeared. What gave Homo sapiens the edge? It was the mind. Our ancestors created art, ornaments, and symbols, evidence of complex thought. This symbolic thinking laid the foundation for advanced language and planning. They developed refined tools, tailored clothing, and new hunting technologies. They exploited resources Neanderthals ignored, like fish and birds. Innovation and cultural adaptability became our ultimate weapons. Neanderthals were masters of their environment, but conservative. Homo sapiens constantly innovated and shared ideas across wide networks. This flexibility allowed them to thrive in any environment. Outthinking their cousins, they became the dominant human species. Our story with other humans is not just one of replacement, but also absorption. Sequencing the Neanderthal genome revealed that all non-African humans carry Neanderthal DNA. Our ancestors interbred with Neanderthals. These encounters happened multiple times. Hybrid children were absorbed into growing Homo sapiens populations. As Neanderthals dwindled, their DNA found refuge in us. The same is true for Denisovans. Many Asians and Melanesians carry their genes. Some inherited genes helped us adapt, like surviving at high altitudes. The ghosts of lost humans live on in our DNA. The line between us and them was once blurred. For a time, humanity was a story of mingling and mixing, but ultimately, the flow of genes was one way, into us. Extinction came by assimilation as much as by competition. The final disappearance of our cousins was quiet. No cataclysm, no final battle. The last Neanderthals survived in small refuges, then vanished. For the first time, only one type of human remained. The silence that followed was profound. What did it feel like to be the last of your kind? We can only imagine. Each failed hunt, each harsh winter, brought them closer to oblivion. Their extinction was not inevitable. They were successful survivors. Their misfortune was to meet a new, uniquely competitive species. Us. Our language, cooperation, and adaptability proved overwhelming. This was not a natural disaster, but one kind of human replacing another. We are the ones who survived. But our planet was once richer, filled with other minds and worlds. Their loss is our legacy. We must remember the world that was, and recognize the cost of our success. Today, we are the sole inheritors of the human legacy. Our achievements are built on the graves of our closest relatives. We won the evolutionary lottery, but at a great cost. Our adaptability and innovation made us dominant, but also relentless. The same traits that let us outcompete Neanderthals now shape our impact on the planet. There are no other humans left to displace. When we look at a Neanderthal's face, we see ourselves, and what might have been. Their world is gone, and we are the reason. We were the most adaptable, the most clever, but perhaps also the most relentless. Our dominance was not gentle, it was a conquest. In the silent places where other humans once lived, we feel their absence. We are alone because we made ourselves alone. That is the price of being human.